and welcome back to Let's Reads. So in today's video, we actually are going to talk about book covers. I'm going to show you some of my favorite book covers so far because I do have a lot. I am a sucker for a really good book cover, and then especially if it's by a Black author. You already know I do Black authors here, okay? And if it's a Black author and it's a pretty cover, I'm already getting it. Sometimes I don't even know what the book is about, the synopsis, but if I like the cover, I will just get it. So yeah, let's just get started because I have a good amount. So the first one is Vinyl Moon by Mahogany L. Brownie, I think. Now, I actually did read this. This is fantastic. This is a book about books. But this cover, look at this. Look how vibrant it is, and that purple and yellow goldish, and then just look at this. Look at the braids. I love this cover so much. This is a prime example of getting a book just because of the cover. But I remember when I got it home, I said, let me read the synopsis, and I'm glad I did because this book was fantastic. Like I said, it's a book about books, meaning that the main protagonist, she discovers Black literature for the first time. She discovers, Jasmine Moore, Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, and you just see how she just reads the authors for the first time and her love for them. Such a good book. This author, Mahogany, she's known for poetry. So this is such a great book. I really recommend this. Next is another YA book, and this is You Truly Assume by Layla Sabrine. I've read half of this. I need to go back and read it, start over. But again, the cover, I said, oh yeah, I have to get this. I know it's about three young women that they're a Muslim, and there is a terrorist attack, and they start like a blog because they think that all Muslims are, terrorists and all that. So they basically, like I said, they start a blog and just, it's a way for them to express themselves and, just educate people and, around the world about Muslim and, their culture and things like that. So it is a really good, synopsis. So I am going to get back into this, but look at this cover. So pretty. My last YA novel is this. This is Zara Hussein is Here by Sabrina Khan. I've talked about Sabrina Khan before. She actually has 3 books. I've read all of them, love them so much. This cover, I just cannot get over it. It's so pretty, and look how vibrant it is. Basically, Zara, she is Indian and Muslim, and a young boy in her class, and he vandalizes her locker and everything. He's just a horrible individual, and she has all these just racial things that she has to deal with. And one day that boy, he gets Zara together, and it can affect her and her family getting their green card. So this was like a page turner. I was on the edge of my seat when I was reading this, but I just adore this cover. Oh, okay. Now let's get to some Black literature. Now look at this. Look at this. Okay, this is Queenie by Candace Cardi Williams. I think a lot of people, when they saw this cover, like when they saw this book, they were like, I'm just gonna get it anyway without even wanting to know what it was about. I was one of those people, but then I also did read it, and this is a book I say you like it or you don't like it. I actually do like this. Now, this is also a book where I wouldn't just recommend this book because there's a lot of triggers. You got daddy issues, you have physical, mental, verbal abuse. Queenie just go through it. She's a 20-something-year-old woman that is truly trying to find herself, and the thing that she does is just like, girl, it does not make any sense. But in your 20s, you're still trying to find yourself, and she was totally trying to find herself. And yeah, but this cover, this is a coffee table book cover. It honestly is. Like, look at this. And then, look at the braids. it's just, it looks so like realistic, and like the gold lettering. This is probably, out of all of these books, my favorite. I love this cover. Okay, next is a recent buy, and this is the Black Panther Party. It's a graphic novel, and this is by David F. Walker and Marcus Quan Anderson. I really want to get this because I just know bits and pieces of the Black Panther Party, and this is fantastic. This tells you the whole story, like from the beginning. I mean, everything. And it tells you, they also tells you people that are not really well known, that were involved in the Black Panther Party, because again, they get a bad rep. They just think it's like, oh, all about violence and, you know, the white man is horrible and all that. No, 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 no. The Black Panther Party, they did so much for their community, okay? Lunch programs for kids, they did that. So this, when I saw this, I had to get it. I just love this. Look at this, y'all. This is so pretty. Okay, next is Mary B. Morrison, Never Again, Once More. I haven't read this, and I've had it for some years. I do like Mary B. Morrison. She's one of those authors where it's a page turner. It's that tea and that drama. Y'all know I love that. So this I had to get. And I mean, just look at this cover. That red, and I'm a sucker for like Black art. Love it. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, you already know I had to pick it up. Next is a middle grade book. This is Caprice by, is it Cole Booth? So I got this a couple of months ago. I had never seen this book, don't know the author or anything like that, and when I saw this cover, I had to get it. I keep on saying I have to get it. It's so pretty, but I mean, these covers are just fantastic nowadays, and especially like middle grade and YA. Oh, they are just killing the game, and this is a prime example. I know this is about a young girl. She's in a boarding school, and I think she gets abused by her uncle like in the past, and no one knows about it. And something, when she goes to boarding school, something triggers, and she remembers something, and all these feelings come out. So it is going to be a heavy hitter book, but I just had to have this. This is just so pretty. Look at this pretty brown skin girl. Okay, next is Red on a Rose by Patricia Jones. Now I have another book by her. I think it's called Passing. Never read Patricia Jones, but I got this book when I was getting into literature, especially Black literature. So every time I saw like the author that was Black, I would just pick it up, and I did that obviously with this one. But this cover is amazing. I don't know what this book is about. It's been on my shelves for about 4 years. I am gonna read it. I am, but like, just look at this cover. So pretty. Next, this is a recent book, actually came out this year, I believe. Nobody's Magic by Destiny O. Birdsong. I believe this author, she's albino. Look at this. I don't know anything about this. I know this is set in Louisiana, and you guys know I love stories that are set in the South, especially Louisiana, because both sides of my family come from Louisiana. So I love those Southern stories, because I just feel like I can relate. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. Next is Blues Dancing by Diane McKinney Westone. You guys know I've talked about Diane McKinney Westone. She is just a fantastic author. All of her books are based in Philadelphia because that's where she is from. This cover, another example of looking at Amazon and seeing this and then just grabbed it. But I did read this. I read this book the beginning of this year. Fantastic. You have a young woman that goes to college. She is a preacher's kid, sheltered. She meets a young man that is kind of streetwise. He has a hard life, so he turns to drugs. He gets her hooked on drugs. But then you have a professor that is just he sees all this potential in the girl. He sees all this potential in the young lady, and he really just takes her under, you know, his wing, and just really helps her out. But then the young man that she really wants, he comes back into the picture when they get a little bit older, and you just see how it goes. Such a page turner. I mean, Diane McKinney Westone can write. She's known for a book called Tumbling, which is also fantastic. I have several books by her that I will be reading, especially next year. Next is Rhythms. You guys know I'm on a Donna Hill kick, okay? First of all, I love this book, and then this cover. Look at this. You know, I love 1920s, Harlem Renaissance, 1920s, 1930s. So if it's in that realm, I'm getting it. And this, fantastic. And then you guys know my urban fiction. I love these editions of the Thug series by Wahida Clark. Now there's, I think 7 books. And they reissued, they reissued the first one. This is the first book. And I think this is the first book, which is Thugs and the Women Who Love Them. Then this is the second book, Every Thug Needs a Lady. And then this is the third book, Thug Matrimony. I love watercolor art. That's probably my favorite medium when it comes to art. And then again, if it's Black women, you already know I love it even more. I adore these covers. I wish all the books from the Thug series were in this edition, but they're not. Because, you know, no shade to urban fiction literature. When it comes to their covers, them covers can be real... they can be real bootleg, okay? It's like they just slap a little Black girl on there or a man. It's like, girl, But I'm glad sometimes when they do reissue some of the books, they look really pretty, and this is a prime example. So hopefully they will with the other, you know, books from this series, because I would just love it. And then the next two I have are actually kind of they're picture books. This one is actually not by a Black author. This is A Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. He wrote The Little Mermaid. I grew up with this book. My aunt used to always read it. And this is a children's book, but the end, it's really sad. It's really, really sad. I remember my sister, when my aunt used to read it, my sister would always cry at the end. I like to read this during Christmas time because it's like, you can read it anytime, but I like to read it during Christmas time because the main theme is, you know, Christmas. But yeah, this just brings me back to my childhood. I remember I hadn't seen this in years, and when I finally got it, I read it, and I literally got so teary-eyed because, like I said, my aunt used to read it to my sister and I. So I love this book. And then next, which, oh my goodness, Black Ballerinas. My Journey to Our Legacy. This is by Misty Copeland. I love ballet, love ballerinas. I grew up actually dancing. My sister and I danced with the Flint Institute of Music, and there's nothing like a Black ballerina. It's just beyond regal, okay? Like, so when I saw this, I had to get it, okay? My sister actually bought this for me because I was actually being real cheap. This is only $20, but I can be real cheap. But I can be real cheap when it comes to books. And every time I would go to Target or go to Barnes & Noble, I would look at it. And the last time my sister's like, girl, just put it in the basket. Like, I'll get it for you. And I'm so glad she did. Oh my goodness. And you guys know I told you I love watercolor art. And this is fantastic. So it has, you know, the ballerina, and then it has their name, their birth date, and then a whole synopsis. And fantastic. Just look at this. Oh my goodness. Like, actually, this is perfect. Ashley Murphy Wilson is my favorite dancer of all time. I've had the pleasure of seeing her. She is from the dance theater Harlem, and oh, there's no one that can dance like Ashley Murphy, in my opinion. And that is perfect segue to the last book, which is the Dance Theater of Harlem. This is actually on my coffee table book. Another book that my sister bought for me for Christmas, and it has Ashley Murphy on there. This is fantastic. This tells you the whole story of Dance Theater of Harlem. And Dance Theater of Harlem will always have a special place in my heart because, so during December with the Flint Institute of Music, their company would dance with our company. And so they would every December do Nutcracker with our company. And oh, just the fact that I was able to be in the company of those beautiful young regal dancers as a kid, like, I mean, that's like a once in a lifetime thing. And I actually was able to, you know, see those dancers and be able to, I actually say that I danced with the Dance Theater of Harlem. You know, oh guys, you know, I love ballet, okay? And especially black ballerinas, just fantastic. This is the company in the 70s. Oh, that's just so pretty. You guys, please check this out. Please check it out. This is on my coffee table because I have to have this on my coffee table. Hey, yeah, guys, that's all I have when it comes to my favorite book covers. As I stated before, love them, okay? And these publishers are just killing the game when it comes to YA and middle grade books for black literature and even literature in general. It looks like there has been kind of a resurgence of like better covers, because at one point, especially with like black literature, them covers can be kind of, they can look a mess, okay? But it, you know, we have improved, so I'm so excited about that. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more black books. Bye.